coverage of E3 2015. Okay, so we are about to see the very last show. I did that on purpose.
Just gonna put that away.
Alright, so obviously we are in very high spirits right now. Most of that is because it's been a really long 2 days. And also because we're about to see the first ever PC conference at an E3.
I cracked myself up.
James, wasn't PC gaming declared dead?
PC gaming, yeah, PC gaming was dead 6 years ago. I don't know if I went to the funeral. I was working in a major gaming retailer at that time, and people were always like, "Man, PC gaming sure is stupid." No one ever said that. Not really that way. But there were a lot of people who were like, "I just don't like PC games because they don't make most of what I want to play on PC." That was during the sort of preeminence of like console gaming for games like Halo, 2 and 3 and that sort of. God, that was Halo 2 was more like 10 years ago.
Well, Halo 2 was on PC, remember?
Yeah. But so the point is that it didn't launch that way and it didn't have the same community. So there was a span of time. PC gaming began as like the only place where you could game, and then we saw console gaming because there wasn't a huge difference in what you could do with a PC and what you could do with a console for a while. It just wasn't as popular because the price point was so wide. But it was around that time, around the time of the Xbox and the PS2, when PC gaming started becoming a little bit more affordable. I think what really got me back into it was it wasn't Half-Life 2. What was the first game in the Source engine? It was around that time.
Vampire the Masquerade was the first game.
Right. I can't remember. I think there was a title that launched a little bit before Half-Life 2 that was one of the very first Steam games, and it was around that time. I had been working all summer, and I had $500, and I just went out and bought a $550 video card, and I remember looking at that $550 video card and looking at an Xbox and going, that card costs more than that thing. But then you would load something up and it would just blow your mind. PC gaming, I think all three of us we're all PC gamers principally, right?
I mean, we spend more of our time
on PC games. I actually, right below this camera here, I have an Xbox One and I have a PS4. And my Xbox One is my second favorite thing to play Netflix on, and that's most of what that is. And I only played a game on my PS4 for the first time 2 weeks ago, but it had been 6 months before that.
And we played an hour of GTA 5 earlier today.
We did, yeah.
And that was our fill of GTA 5 for the next 6 months.
It is, and that's just to point out, we are definitely PC gamers, but I don't think any of us are super unfair about it. But I mention that specifically because I know that there's no way in hell that this isn't the conference that all three of us are the most excited about, right?
Well, it's just you would always see a E3 show and you're like, oh, that game there, okay. And then you'd wait for it says coming out on this PC, cool, we're good. Or now Steam,
Yeah.
But now it's kind of well, here's one just for you.
Yeah.
And that's great.
And we don't have to do the thing where you see a title announced and it's coming out on consoles and it's going to come out on PC 6 months to a year later.
Or with Star Wars.
That's still going to be the case, but at least we get our own thing.
Or with Star Wars, we were watching that feed and we're like, that's on a PS4, but we're thinking, what is that going to look like on our computer?
And I mean, I know I don't have a PS4. Do you?
No.
Okay. So when we've been watching some of the shows, some of the stuff we've seen has either been not interesting or has made, at least for myself, maybe reconsider oh, maybe I do want to get a PS4 eventually. But all those concerns were always settled because I came back thinking, okay, the two big games I want coming out, Fallout 4 and Battlefront, are going to be on PC anyway, so I don't need to get a PS4.
Yeah.
But with this show, there's no exclusivity. There's not it's an AMD exclusive or it's an NVIDIA exclusive. If you have a PC, I mean, it's a matter of if you can run it, but it's not a matter of can you buy it? Can you own it and use it eventually? The answer is yes.
I think there's going to be something a little bit less divisive about the show.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, like, I look at the Xbox One and the PS4, and they're running the same race. And I look at Nintendo, and they're definitely off in a corner.
They're drooling, playing with a rock.
Yeah, they're doing their own thing, but they're not in the same race. And, like, what I like about PC is that they're also running their own race. Now, they're in everybody else's race, too, which is one of the neat things about it, because a lot of the games that are... that are Xbox One titles that aren't on the PS4 have a possibility of being a PC title. We've seen a lot of Xbox One and Windows 10. We saw a lot of stuff last night in Sony that was PS4 and PC. And then, like, now, this may be me conflating this with another thing, but isn't something like Splatoon or, like, one of the other Wii U download titles on PC as well? Like, I feel like I saw a lot of their, like, smaller indie download platform stuff that wasn't Nintendo saying, yeah, we're going to be on the Wii U, and we'll probably be on the PC, because it's a really open platform.
I mean, I didn't see Splatoon. I would love Splatoon on PC. I played it on the Wii U, and for me, I'm like, that's a game I would buy on the Steam market, or in the Steam store. You know, like...
So it may not be that specific example. That may be a horrible example. But I know that there are 5 or 6 of those download titles that are also on PC, and it's going to be some of the indie stuff. I just like the fact that A, we get our own show, and B, it's not one where we have to... We spend the last E3, and I spent this one, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I spent this one watching a lot of the shows going, that's really cool, I can't wait to play that on a different platform. I wonder what that will look like on a different platform. Yeah. I wonder if that will come to a different platform.
And that's why I would say, we always ask those questions because we wonder what it's going to look like on PC, that... You mentioned the PC is in everyone else's race. I don't think it is. I think it casts a shadow on everyone else's race.
Yeah.
Because we see a PS4 game. We see a game running on the PlayStation 4. We're like, I wonder what that's going to look like on my PC. It's not, do I want to get it for PC or PS4? It's not, do I want to get it for the Xbox or the PC?
Right, because
it's like,
with the
how
three of
much
us...
better is that going to look when I play it on the PC?
Yeah.
It's not even a question... if we're gonna get them.
No, that's a good point.
And now we're sounding like crazy elitists, but it's really, I
wouldn't say. I'd say when you spend the money to make a PC, and when you know it's more powerful than the consoles, because you specifically spent the money to make sure that it was future proof or that it was worth the expense of building it that way.
Well, I don't want people to say that we're like PC master race and crazy console peasants. It's more of just like that looks really good on that, but I get to see it in a different light. I have more control.
I'm still a fan of like playing a game from the couch. I'm not gonna set up I'm not gonna bring my PC from my room to the living room to play. That's why I have my Xbox. Like I bought the Witcher 3 on the Xbox.
You're not gonna do that.
No.
Right.
You're not gonna do that. Now, have you ever done that?
Yeah, I have, and it's a pain in the ass. To go from one to the other because it's all wiring, and I don't have a wireless key. Yeah, sometimes it is. Sometimes, but most of the time, I'd rather be like closer to like multiple monitors and like comfortable with the mouse and keyboard, not a wireless keyboard on my lap and a mouse somewhere over here or sitting on the floor.
So in his defense, when I've seen him do it, he's done it because it was like a LAN party. Even if it was a LAN party of 2, that's when we do that. We do LAN parties of 2. Sometimes.
Still a party.
Still a party.
Yeah. So no, I don't think it was going to question released. We're not.
No.
So now the thing is, everything has its own advantage. Like I have an Xbox One, and I have a PS4, and I have a Wii U, and I have all this stuff, and I have those things for reasons, like the Master Chief Collection. No, I'm not going to get into that right now. But I have the PS4 for The Last of Us. I have the PS4 because Uncharted is going to come out on it. There are values to everything. I just know that one of the reasons why I am almost always by default PC is because I know my PC is more powerful than the consoles I have. And I'm not saying that everyone's PCs are superior to everyone's consoles. It's not the case. In my specific situation, I just like that better. And I do like the multiple monitor setup. I like being able to sit like comfortably at a desk. I like mouse and keyboard, but like, to each his own. I'm just glad that like we in the framework of E3 are being recognized as equal in some way, shape, or form. And I'd like to leave that at an equal level as opposed to getting a big old fight about it.
I'm curious to see what the showmanship is like from the PC people.
I think it's going to be like, I think we're going to see a lot more awkward people at this PC conference.
But they'll be honest awkward people.
They will be.
They won't be like Nintendo level awkward.
Yeah. But I don't think we're going to see as much corporate bullshit as we do at some of the other shows.
Because they're not trying to sell you on one product.
Yeah.
They're
not like,
they're trying to
this is a reason to buy this.
They're trying to sell you games.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Oculus.
title.
It's not, hey, buy our machine. It's...
Yeah.
No, we already know you have a machine to run this.
Yeah. And we're not going to see pie charts, and we're not going to see sales figures, and we're not going to see a bunch of nonsense, because we're going to see a lot of developers. Now, okay, we're getting real close to it.
Yeah.
We're getting real close to it. So I just want to do this really quick. Taylor, what are you most excited about potentially seeing at the show?
I would love to see Battlefront running on PC. We're probably not going to see it.
Okay.
But I'm going to cross the
That's a great answer. That's a good one. JJ, what are you most excited about?
Who's showing up? Just see who else is going to show up. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, all right, we know Tripwire, we know Star Citizen, and a few others. But
you took the answer.
Who else? You know.
You didn't take my answer because I can say it myself.
And James can say something else.
I'm most excited about seeing Star Citizen because we know Chris Roberts from Star Citizen is going to be there, and so that means that I'm going to see some Star Citizen, which.
You know what you're not going to see though?
Okay, so you're going to tell me that I'm not going to see the FPS module, but this is E3. And if there's a really good time for them to go ahead and say, hey, we've got a release date for the FPS module, or, and I'm going to put this out in the universe, or you might want to go ahead and patch your client because it's live now. There's a potential for that. If there's a time to do that.
It's a common trend now.
Right now. It's so, oh God, it would be such a good time. Now, I'm already preparing myself to be disappointed for that, but... That said, I'm most excited about seeing that, but like also, I think yours is a really good point. Honestly, we've never seen this before. We have no idea what the format's going to be. We have no idea who's showing up. We know like AMD is going to be there, and we know Chris Roberts is going to be there, and we know Tripwire, but we don't know how it's going to be or how it's going to work, and that's really exciting because E3 kind of turns into
fresh and new.
It is. E3 turns into bullshit demos and a bunch of corporate talk, and then that's it. And like we see some trailers for games we're not going to see for 3 years. And this is different, and it's not different the way that, you know, the way that Square Enix coming back after 10 years is different. Like, it's legitimately a brand new thing. And it's starting, like, right now.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll see you guys,
after.
Right